अगर टाइम अगर टाइम इन्वेस्ट ही करना है तो डिजिटल करेंसी अगर टाइम इन्वेस्ट ही
There is something underneath of that box. Oh, hell no! Go, 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 go!
Top 5 scary things caught on camera. Scary people. Dumpster diving. So if you're not familiar with dumpster diving, which probably includes most of the people who are not in the US, it's basically scrounging through garbage dumpsters, usually behind department stores or businesses, to find valuable things or items that have been thrown out. Well, in this video, these guys aren't so successful in their dumpster dive. First off, they find some expired baby food, which one of them actually eats.
Jelly said he saw like an apple and pear one or something like that. Give me an apple and pear. What is that?
Squash?
Yeah, I'll take squash.
Really squash?
Yeah, let me get squash. I like squash.
Grab one of them drinks.
Let me get it. There we go.
Grab one of them drinks right there.
Alright. Oh.
In the mouth? No, no, no. We gotta see it in the mouth.
That's not bad. Here, wash it down. This stuff is good.
And later that night, they find a very unexpected surprise in one of the dumpsters.
No, 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 no. It's moved in there, guys. Guys. Moved in there. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. Moved inside of that dumpster. There is something underneath of that box. I'm not going over there. You look at it. I'm not going over there. That box right there just moved. I'm not even joking. That one. That one. Oh, hell no. Go, 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 go. Oh, hell no. 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 He's gotta go. Go, 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 go. Oh, hell no. I freaking cut my arm. You better be. Oh, dude. Oh, are you alright? Dude, what the hell was that? Dude, you gotta be kidding me, bro.
The guys actually uncover a homeless man in the dumpster who angrily comes after them.
I'm not even joking. That one. That one. Oh, hell no. Go, 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 go. Oh, hell no. 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 He's gotta go. Go, 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 go. Oh, hell no. I freaking cut my arm.
One of the guys gets a small cut on his arm, but otherwise they manage to escape unharmed. I'm the curtain. This video was actually a collaboration between two Estonian urban explorers, ET Explorers and More, and Exploring with Darknet. So this is one of those rare videos where we actually get to see the action from two different points of view. Anyway, these urban explorers were investigating an abandoned building that had served as a sauna until 1995. On the bottom floor, they find some equipment and a few dangerous open holes in the floor. Then, they head up to the second floor, and that's when things start to get a little creepy. At the end of the hallway, there is a white door with the odd phrase, "Ghost Room," scrawled on it in marker. When they try to open the door, it won't budge, even though it's not locked. It's as if something is wedged against the door.
seal kuubis on kirjas. See on nii kinni.
Ma arvan, lihtsalt alt on kinni.
Jah, tere. Mis nii kinni saab olla?
Kedagi on kinni. Laat ees. Seespool või?
Sure enough, it looks almost as if someone has intentionally barred the door from the inside with a metal pole. When they enter, they see a curtain or bed sheet covering the door of one of the back rooms. Nevertheless, they continue deeper into the so-called ghost room.
Taga on kardin käes või? Asjad oli ees.
Olid jah?
Äkki saab ringi tulla. Õigme seal.
Taga on jah mingi kardin ukseid või millal vaip. Aga see on küll nagu siuke creepy.
One of his friends warns the explorer who calls himself Darknet that he shouldn't continue.
Sinna ma ei läheks.
But Darknet doesn't listen, insisting on seeing what's behind the curtain.
Sealt käisime juba.
Seal käin.
Käisime küll ju, sealt ei käinud või?
Käin. Läbi see.
No kuule.
Läbi selle linna või jah.
No kuule, siin on divan, see on nii kaugel. Küsiks. Siin. Ei käinud.
The boys make a break for it with the angry man in pursuit. After charging down the stairs and avoiding some holes in the floor, they make it outside and back to their car. Creeping around the corner. Some Canadian urban explorers are checking out an abandoned insane asylum when they encounter something very unexpected.
This is like the psych ward. This is where they kept the crazies.
Wait a minute.
What?
Quick security, what is this? Is everyone as fast as security?
Shh. Shh. Did you hear that? Man, that was coming from upstairs. That was coming from upstairs. Let's go see. Go upstairs. Go upstairs. It came from upstairs. It's up the stairs.
Guys.
Go first, man. Shh. No. Because I want to get this on video. I want to get this on video, man. Did you watch the asylum? They filmed that same exact thing up here. Man. Yeah. Shh. Look. Let's go this way. Where'd the other guys go?
Now, because this person is acting so bizarre, some people initially claimed that this was a creature, a cryptid, or something other than just a person making very strange noises. But if you look closely, this person is wearing shoes. So that's just a very skinny person moving in a very bizarre way. But could this be a former patient? Is it some random disturbed person living in the abandoned building? Or is it all just a hoax? You decide. Welcome to the neighborhood. This next video was sent to me directly by Cassie Lee 1991. So Cassie says that when she and her boyfriend first moved into their house, they went to sleep one night and woke up to find this creepy spectacle outside their home. Someone sprinkled rice all over her boyfriend's car and completely surrounded their house with it, as if drawing a circle around their home for some kind of ritual. It was also obvious that a candle had been burned on their sidewalk throughout the night. But that's not even the creepiest part of the strangers' nighttime activities. On their back doorstep, Cassie found another candle that also looked like it had been burned through the night. There was a wooden log, bottled water, a nectarine drink, an empty can of seltzer water which covered what looks like some freshly picked berries and flowers, and perhaps strangest of all, an empty dog food can with a spoon in it. Oh, and the welcome mat that all this stuff is laying on, Cassie says that it doesn't belong to them either. The person who left all these things also left the welcome mat that they are sitting on. Now keep in mind that all of this was done quietly overnight in the dark while they slept just a few feet away inside their home. Cassie says that their neighborhood is pretty quiet and peaceful and nothing like this has happened before or since. So what do you think that this person was doing creeping around their house all night long while they slept? Why were they lighting candles and leaving strange objects? Now, personally, I've never seen anything like this. So if you have any idea what this is, please let me know down in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. If you'd like to suggest a video for the top 5, go over to facebook.com/nukestop5 and hit the send message button. The top 10 ghosts caught on camera. Thing in the road. The Cipali toll road in West Java, Indonesia is known for two things: frequent traffic accidents and reports of strange supernatural sightings along the roadway. This bizarre dashcam footage almost captures both. The video, which was recorded just after midnight, is bizarre enough even at normal speed, but slowed down, it becomes downright terrifying. Some strange misshapen thing appears to be simply standing in the middle of the road. Locals believe this to be a ghost caught on camera, but what do you think? The Silmar Ghost. Parent Anna Diano was attending a high school football game at Silmar High School in Los Angeles, California. She was recording her daughter Mariella doing a cheerleading routine when she caught this strange footage. Students at the school have started to refer to the footage as the Silmar Ghost.
What do you think?
It don't look Photoshop, it looks real as real can be.
CBS 2 News in Los Angeles asked Anna's daughter if the cell footage had been edited.
So she doesn't even know how to work her phone, so no.
So is this a bizarre phone glitch or a ghost caught on camera? You decide. The Ghost of Carmel, Maine.
Hello and welcome to Ghost of Carmel, Maine.
In a previous video about ghosts and shadow people, I've talked about Kent Burris and his channel, The Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. Ghosts of Carmel. A man named Kent says that he began to experience strange occurrences after moving into his house in Carmel, Maine. He found that his house had once been owned by an undertaker, and that the residence served as a funeral home from the years 1906 to 1919. Kent claims that his house is very supernaturally active, and is haunted by multiple ghosts and strange beings.
Whoa. Okay, there he is, in the window again.
He says he's had hundreds of these bizarre encounters while living in his haunted home.
Hope you guys say something or do something. Oh my God! No! Oh.
To see all of Kent's ghost investigations and more of his terrifying paranormal footage, I highly recommend checking out his YouTube channel, Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. The Night Visitor. Twitter user Cheyenne Rachel posted that her dad claimed that when he slept at night, he felt like something was messing with his sheets, and that he sometimes got the eerie impression that someone was sitting on his bed. He set up a camera to record overnight, and this is what he caught. It actually looks like someone sits up in the bed and then just kind of sinks down into the sheets. But is it just the bed covers moving in a bizarre way, or something paranormal? And why does this look like a head that just seems to disappear? Explore Carolina Mental Asylum. The asylum.
I thought for this guy's my face.
This is the main floor.
Oh, look at that.
You are obviously protected.
Now, you might wonder why the video abruptly cuts out right after the strange incident with the blinds. And so did I. So I asked Mikhail if there was more footage, and she explained that bizarrely, the camera on her phone just froze right after the incident. Now, at first that might seem a bit suspicious, but Mikhail was nice enough to even send me a screen cap of the raw video from her phone to prove the strange lockup.
You are obviously protected.
So is this a ghost caught on camera? Or is it just the wind doing some very bizarre things with the blinds? And a glitchy phone. The Sad Observer. This next clip was a private video uploaded to YouTube 6 years ago. A man named Oscar and his family were out having a fun day at a nearby creek. When they checked their footage back, it turned out they were not alone.
¿Por qué no me dijeron? Mira. Ay.
The pale image of a little girl in white can be seen sadly watching them from the creek's edge. Oscar claims that there was no little girl there when they filmed the original video. At least, not that they could see. A walk in the woods. This next video was sent in to me by a viewer. He says that the video was recorded by his brother Carlos, who would often film himself on hiking treks through the forest of El Mascal, a rural area of Barcelona, Spain. This video was recorded in 2016. Carlos has not gone on a nighttime hike ever since. So, what do you think? Is this a paranormal encounter or a ghost caught on camera? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Runner. A man and his wife move to a new house in the wilderness in Bradford, Pennsylvania. He decides to record a video to send back to his family in California to show them their new place. But he catches something that he didn't expect.
And we're walking. No more holding her purse. Ooh, what is that in the tree way up there?
A lion.
Look,
Where?
the dark part of it way up there.
Dark?
Did you see it?
No. You better tell me before we get too close.
Right up there.
And up?
Yeah, way at the very top.
You're tripping. Point it out with the camera. Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
it's just part of the tree then, I
Okay,
guess.
then stop trying to freak people out and follow me.
Good.
Hold on. Got it?
Yeah.
There's the bonfire. Whoa. That was weird.
What?
I just saw something run across the screen.
You liar.
What the hell? Who stopped this?
I don't know, man.
No, it was like a shadow. How do I stop this?
A strange mist that almost looks like running legs comes out of nowhere and disappears behind a bush. Is this something paranormal or just some bizarre natural phenomenon? Deja vu. Two guys on a motorcycle are riding along a lonely back road toward the city of Uti, India, when they spot something a bit strange along the road. The riders are speaking the language Tamil, but you don't really need to understand their words to hear just how freaked out they are. As they continue down the road, they calm down a bit, but then this.
കയ്യെല്ലാം ഓതരുതോ.
And there the video just sort of cuts out. Now, some viewers think that the writer's terrified reactions make the video seem very real. But what do you think? How would you react to repeatedly seeing this on the road? Footsteps. Popular French YouTuber GousteDX does a very creepy paranormal and ghost hunting series called Chasseur de Fantômes, which in English simply translates to Ghost Hunter. In the series, he travels around to remote locations in France to investigate reports of haunted locations and paranormal activity. In this episode, GousteDX spends the night in a haunted house where the owners describe multiple disturbing occurrences. Water puddles in the floor, even though there is no rain or leaks. Things go missing around the house only to show up later in odd locations. But the late night sounds are the most disturbing of all. Doors can be heard opening and closing on their own. Strange voices call out in the night. And loud footsteps can be heard pacing the halls and clambering up the attic steps. GousteDX spends the night in a bedroom right beside the attic stairs.
Il y a quelqu'un? Je vous entends marcher.
After hearing loud footsteps on the attic stairs, GousteDX opens the door to find nothing. He checks, but no one is in the house. When he climbs the stairs, he finds that the attic light is on, even though that he's certain that he turned all the lights off before bed. Goose DX has no idea what caused the loud footsteps on the stairs. So, if you speak a little French, you can check out the rest of the ghost hunting series over on the YouTube channel, Goose DX. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Nukes Top 5. And if you want to suggest a video for inclusion in the top 5, hit me up on Facebook at facebook.com/nukestop5 and hit the send message button.
入ったっしょ。何やってんだろう。ちょっと見てきてよ。何やってんだろう。
聞こえないな。全然なんか何も聞こえないけど。
今も聞こえてるよ。
マジ？ん？うわっ！
ちょっと何見なくない？
聞こえないな。全然なんか何も聞こえないけど。
今も聞こえてるよ。
マジ？マジ？うわっ！
ちょっと何見なくない？
聞いたのに。
った今の。
まあ撮ったよ。うん。うん。そうしよう。ん？え？何？うん。そうしよう。
証拠余計なんだ。またタックルだよ。ストップがもう時間ねえのに。はいはいや、もう10分ぐらいしたら始まっちゃう。そうかよ。もう10分しか何分ですかね。これいいんじゃないですか。いやでもこれやんねえとさ、次の制作会間に合わねえし、ちょっともう一回市民は早く帰りたい。ほんとっすよ。予定過ぎたんすよ。マジだよな。あれどうしよう。ぶっ壊れたか。いやこれやばいっしょ。高くなってんぞ。あれなんかでもこっちなんか奥ないちょっと手形なんか見えない。絶対やばいっすってこれ。やっぱやべえんだな。やめましょうよこの写真。でもこれ結構これ証拠はこれぐらいですよね。そう。それは大丈夫。ありがとう。いや大丈夫です。なんだよ。ありがとう。ごめんね。 中で回復期となってきても、話しかけては大丈夫。この回復の過程は自分の後ろに立たせる。そのまま最後に赤いに行って降りると、そこは異世界というですね。まあ本当かどうか、ちょっと検証してみたいと思います。2回。5回ですね。3回。最後、5回です。
投稿者が異世界に行けるという方法を検証している最中、突然カメラが床に落ちたように見える。一体撮影者に何が起きたのか。取材班は場所を特定し、エレベーターに設置された監視カメラの映像の入手に成功。そこには衝撃の一部始終が収められていた。突然、エレベーターのボタンがランダムに点滅し始め、動揺する撮影者。次の瞬間、撮影者が消えた。地面にはカメラだけが残されてしまう。さらに開いたドアの先に現れた赤い服を着た女性。投稿者は異世界へ旅立ってしまったのだろうか。賢明な視聴者諸君は決して真似をしないでほしい。こちらの世界に帰ってこられるという保証はないのだから。
and the lights in my garage turned on, and there's nobody here, there's nobody home. Both my parents are gone. My dad's at work and my mom went grocery shopping, and I look into the corner, and there's literally something moving in there. Like, I don't know if that's an animal or like a person, but there's somebody right there. Just wait for them to move. See, that they're literally moving. And I look into the corner, and there's literally something moving in there. Like, I don't know if that's an animal or like a person, but there's somebody right there. Just wait for them to move. See, that they're literally moving. But there's somebody right there. Just wait for them to move. See, that they're literally moving. So the garage door, there's like a room on this side, and then there's a garage door. So I don't know if I should go into it or not. Because it'll make a really big sound if I go in there.
I'm trying to win a game. You still there? Please? I've been feeling a little bit better. I've been sick really bad. Are you okay? I should fire. This is the second time that this is happening, and I'm trying so hard not to acknowledge this, but that door opened not once, but twice. So, can you stop? I'm trying to win a game. Can you make the light shut off? You f***ers think that this is fake. Okay. You still there? Still here? Still here? Are you still here? You still there? This time I have a person who's sitting there. Was that a candle? Yeah. Alright, so this time I have a person who's sitting there. Was that a candle? Yeah. Alright. Are you okay? I should fire so much. I should ask if you're okay. Picked it back up. Actually here. Turn on lights. Can you do that again? Literally as soon as I sat down. starting to get scared. No. Pick the back up. Turn lights. Can you do that again? Do that again too. Also, this is our first time playing Mario.
Oh, Super Mario World.
Super Mario World, dude. Everybody. Yeah, exactly. That's.
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. That's.
That just happened.
It probably slipped. For Hello? Please? I was gonna say please make a noise. Or, like, address yourself. Babe. Hey, babe? Never mind. I was gonna say, how do you turn on light? Please? You still there? Turn on lights. Can you do that again?
Sudah malam, ada nggak mau bobo dong? Abangnya mana? Abang. Abangnya kok bobo di bawah? Abangnya. Abangnya kok bobo.
Gue nggak tahu ya kak, ada perempuan juga anak kecil di rumah gue. Jadi buat kalian yang bilang ada yang narik, gue hidup cuma berdua di rumah sama ibu. Dan gue joget di sini, otomatis bayangan gue kelihatan kayak gini. Gue di sini, no. Ini kamar gue kosong, nggak ada siapa-siapa. Kalaupun kena angin, nggak masuk akal. Pintu gue sebelah kiri, cok. Dan buat kalian yang nanya katanya getar ini getar. Ini bukan triplek, cok. Dan ini rumah gua. Rumah ini emang udah lama banget, dari 1963. Ini rumah zaman dulu banget, guys. Gue hidup cuma berdua sama ibu gua, kakak gua di Karawang semua, di luar kota semua. Dan ini rumah gua gila sepi banget. Kayak gini.
Warning, this video may contain flashing lights, loud noises, disturbing content, and jump scares.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited! I'm so scared!
A while ago, someone issued a challenge on Reddit. What is the best horror story that you can come up with in 2 lines? Personally, I love the series, so as something a little different, I decided to do a visual version of a few of my favorite stories from that thread. It's the shortest, scariest horror stories. I awoke a little after 3 a.m. to see a strange grinning face staring back at me from the darkness beyond my bedroom window. I live on the 14th floor. I'm up late working the night shift alone tonight. There's a face in the cellar staring at the security camera. St. Vincent's Hospital, maternity ward nurse's note. Male child, born 7 pounds 10 ounces, 18 inches long, 32 fully formed teeth. Silent, but always smiling. I'm tucking my son in for the night, and he says, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." Humoring him, I look under the bed. I see my son, another him, under the bed. He stares back at me, quivering in fear, and whispers, "Daddy, there's something on my bed." I woke up to hear knocking on glass. At first I thought it was the window, until I heard it come from the mirror again. Hi there, people. Yeah, I know, my voice sounds different, right? That's because I'm being all serious-like. This is my serious voice. Or some might say my seriously creepy voice. Okay, you've got a point. But that's because today, we have some seriously creepy subject matter. So, no crazy jump scares, no trolling, just some very weird videos from the internet. It's the internet's scariest ghost videos. Now, most of these videos were sent to me by viewers, and most of them are very low quality, since they've been shared around the internet for years on obscure paranormal message boards and websites. Supposedly, all of these videos document real-life ghost encounters caught on video. But I'm not trying to convince you or sell you anything. Real or fake, you be the judge. First up, from the Philippines, we have the little girl ghost. As you can see in the video, a man is videotaping his daughter playing in the school playground. Suddenly the girl begins motioning towards the fence, telling her dad that there's a little girl over there who wants to play ball with her. The father keeps aiming his camera in the direction his daughter is pointing, but at first he sees nothing. As you can see in the video, the man's daughter motions toward the fence several times, but when the man turns the camera, nothing there. That is, until the man's daughter points toward him indicating that the little girl is right beside him now. When he turns his camera, he is horrified. Next, we have the Japan Cave Ghost. A tour group is exploring an old abandoned cave. Nothing seems out of the ordinary, at least until one of the tourists snaps a photo down one of the dark cave tunnels. As you can see, some strange figure appears to be lurking in the darkness of the cave, even though no one is allowed in that particular tunnel of the cave. This next video was sent to me by a channel subscriber. He had found this video on the internet and it was simply labeled "The Baby and the Gnome." While it's not technically a ghost video, it's still one of the creepiest videos I've seen on the net.
ここかな大丈夫だ。
Now, I certainly don't believe in gnomes, but what is truly interesting about this video is that if it's fake, it may be one of the better fakes on the internet. Next, from Orlando, Florida, we have the car wreck ghost. Two cars were involved in an accident in which one of the drivers was seriously injured. This video was filmed after he was loaded into the ambulance. According to the story with this video, the young man inside the ambulance died from internal injuries shortly after arriving at the hospital. Next, we have the attic ghost. The man begins hearing strange noises around his home, so he pulls out his video camera and goes to search for the strange sounds.
Sound like it's coming from upstairs. What is that? Heard it again. It's coming from the attic. Give me the chair. Here, come here. I don't see anything.
Now, if you've seen the movie Sinister, you may have noticed that this video is very similar to a scene in that movie. However, it should be noted that this video appeared on the internet at least 2 years before the movie Sinister was released. The exact origin of this video is unknown. There are some videos on YouTube that were supposedly made for either comedic or artistic effect that are creepier than any ghost or paranormal video that you might find on YouTube. It's the 5 scariest real videos on YouTube. At number 5, it's Shay St. John. Shay St. John is without a doubt one of the creepiest characters to ever emerge from YouTube. As described by the performance artist who created her, the Shay St. John character is a woman who was horribly disfigured in a car crash, but rebuilt her scarred body using old mannequin parts. Shay St. John's most popular video involves the half-mannequin creature doing her quote-unquote hand thing. Her twisted wooden hands move back and forth while strange discordant music plays in the background. Shay St. John cannot really be summed up in one video, but luckily there is an entire channel devoted to this creepiness. At number 4, it's Edarim. Many people have seen the videos of some creepy old man lip-syncing along to famous songs like Roy Orbison's Pretty Woman, all the while making some strange facial expressions. However, what makes this video truly disturbing is knowing the background of the man who made the video. Edarim was Edward Robert Muscare, a convicted pedophile and registered sex offender. In the 1970s, Muscare hosted a late-night show on a Kansas City TV station. On the show, he introduced horror movies while dressed in a vampire costume and went by the very creepy stage name Uncle Ed. By making his popular YouTube videos, Edward Muscare was violating his court-ordered parole, which stated that he was not allowed to own a computer. After his videos went viral, Muscare was arrested and later died in prison. What makes Edarim's videos so scary is the knowledge that when you watch an Edarim video, you're actually watching a creepy old dead man lip-syncing popular love songs.
Bye-bye.
Number 3, Obey the Walrus. Obey the Walrus begins with a strange children's song playing in some weird psychedelic graphics. Then suddenly the tune speeds up and begins playing in reverse. Next we see a transgender man who appears to be afflicted with some serious physical deformity. He is dancing around in lingerie with what looks to be the head of a clown doll in his hair. The video repeats, and finally, as the video ends, we see the image of a walrus. Number 2, I Feel Fantastic. The video I Feel Fantastic shows a simplistic robot repeatedly singing, I feel fantastic, you feel fantastic, over and over in varying pitches. At one point, the robot appears in different clothing, lying on the floor in what can only be assumed to be a quote-unquote seductive pose. Then there is a strange shot of a backyard. The weird internet urban legend around this video is that this clip was uploaded by a serial killer who dressed the robot in his victim's clothes. The urban legend says that the strange shot of the backyard shows where the bodies of his victims are buried. What makes the video especially creepy is that at one point in the video, the robot stops singing I Feel Fantastic and just starts singing Run, run, run. Please leave. Please leave. Number 1, Lost in the Paris Catacombs. Now there are many videos that claim to be found footage. In fact, a whole movie genre is sprung up around the term. However, there is an actual real found footage video that exists on YouTube. First, a little backstory. Underneath the city of Paris lies the catacombs. The Paris catacombs are an elaborate series of tunnels and mass graves spanning over 400 miles. Some of the walls lining the catacombs are made entirely out of human bones and skull. An abandoned video camera was found somewhere in the Paris catacombs. Inside the camera was what is now known as the Lost in the Catacombs video. This video shows a man walking alone through the Paris catacombs. We see the video from a first-person perspective as he films his exploration. We see several strange images as the catacomb explorer films. He finds pieces of human bones and skulls, strange wall paintings, and a creepy series of arrows on the floor pointing down tunnel pathways. What may be strangest of all is the fact that the arrows he finds are made out of human bones. Soon the video becomes chaotic. The man begins to breathe heavy, and his pace quickens, becoming a run. His path through the cavern seems to become random, as though he's running from someone or something in the dark. He seems to have no real path in mind. The man suddenly drops his camera, or maybe it's knocked from his hand. We then see him run away into the darkness, heading deeper into the catacombs as if frightened for his life. The video runs to the end of the tape, but the man is never seen again. To this day, the person who made the Lost in the Catacombs tape has never been found. That's the top 5 scariest real videos on YouTube. Links to each video are in the video description. Just a note, I'll soon be splitting all of my strange, creepy, scary videos off into a second channel, Nukes Top 5. So if you like this kind of stuff, like this video, please subscribe to my second channel, right here, right now, so you don't miss a video. Anyway, thanks if you subscribe to the new channel, and as always, thanks for Hello Nuke Norway subscribers, and welcome to something a little different for the Nuke Norway channel. This is the top 5 scary and supposedly real ghosts caught on film. The top 5 photos and videos in this list have all been examined by experienced photographic experts, and to the best of their professional knowledge, they have all found these photos and videos to be authentic. But in the end, of course, the decision is up to you. Are these images real proof of life after death, or just simple photo fakes? You decide. The Oklahoma impound lot ghost. One night in 2005 in a small city in Oklahoma, 3 cars were involved in fatal car crashes. The lifeless bodies of the drivers were pulled from the vehicles, and the mangled cars were towed to the nearby impound lot. When impound lot worker Kathy Henry checked the lot security camera, this is what she saw. The security video seems to show a transparent figure that appears to float in mid-air above the crash remains of several cars. Could it be the spirit of one of the 3 dead accident victims? When Kathy saw the footage, she immediately asked one of the other workers to check the lot for intruders. The lot worker checked and found no one in the lot, and no sign of the strange apparition that appeared on the security camera. The White Lady of Worstead. In 1975, Peter and Diane Berthelot visited the Worstead Church in North Norfolk in the UK. Diane took a seat amongst the empty pews to say a short prayer. Her husband Peter snapped a candid picture of her as she sat and prayed. Later, when the film was developed, the couple was shocked to see the ghostly apparition of what appeared to be a woman sitting behind Diane, dressed all in white. Peter and Diane Berthelot swear that there was no one else present around Diane when the picture was taken. The couple later showed this photo to Reverend Petit, the church vicar, and inquired about the strange specter in the photo. They were shocked when the Reverend told them the story of the White Lady that is said to have haunted the Worstead Church for more than 150 years. It is said that in the 1830s, a man laughingly dismissed the legend, boasting that he would climb to the top of the church bell tower at midnight, and if the White Lady was there, he bragged that he would give her a big kiss on the lips. As the legend goes, the man followed through with his ill-advised boast. He did indeed ascend the ladder to the Worstead Church bell tower at midnight. After the man's friends had waited an exceedingly long time for him to return, they climbed to the church bell tower to check on him. What they found shocked them to the core. The man was cowering in a corner of the bell tower, shivering violently and barely able to speak. Through quivering lips, he said simply, "I saw her. I saw the White Lady." And then, without another word, he closed his eyes and died. The Farm Boy Ghost of Hertfordshire, England. In 2008, Neil Sandbach was photographing some scenic farmhouse shots to be used as the backdrop for a couple's wedding stationery, as the couple were planning to have their wedding at the quaint, out-of-the-way farm the next week. Later, when Neil examined the series of digital photos, he was shocked to see that one of the images seemed to contain the bright, glowing figure of a young boy who seemed to be staring back at Neil from around the corner of one of the buildings. Neil says that he is sure that there was no one else present at the farm when the photos were taken. Neil Sandbach was not sure exactly what had appeared in his photo, so before the wedding, Neil asked the staff of the farm if they had ever had any creepy or unexplained experiences while working at the farm. Even though the farm staff had not seen Neil's spooky photo, and in fact didn't even know the picture existed, they all said that on many occasions they had each seen the figure of a young boy, dressed in white sleeping clothes and lurking around the barn that Neil had photographed. The Chico Ghost Truck. Roy, a California policeman, found an old abandoned truck on Honey Run Road in Chico, California. Roy took pictures of the truck for the purpose of logging the vehicle into police records so that it could be towed away. Later, when Roy checked his photos, he was shocked to see the clear image of a face staring back at him from the passenger seat of the truck. Roy swears that there was no one around when he took his pictures, and the man's likeness did not appear in any of Roy's other photos. Most disturbing is the strange, piercing look that the man appears to be giving Roy as the picture is taken. The Pink Lady of O'Hare House. Armed with video and film cameras, a man named Guy Winters and a friend set out to explore the supposedly haunted O'Hare House in Greencastle, Indiana. The two men spent 2 days exploring and filming the house. By far the most striking supernatural evidence retrieved were these photos, snapped by Guy Winters of the outside of the O'Hare house. His first photo is the blurry picture of what appears to be a woman standing in the front doorway, staring out at the photographer. The second picture, another blurry manifestation looking out a downstairs window. But what truly baffled paranormal researchers is this series of photos taken of an upstairs bedroom. It shows 3 photos of what has come to be called the Pink Lady of O'Hare House. Guy Winters did not see this apparition at the time and only found it later after the photos were developed. A professional analysis of this film proved that the images are indeed on the film negative and not faked. But perhaps even more chilling is what happened when the picture was run through a computer enhancement to try to uncover greater detail in the photo. When enhanced, the photo looks like a human skull, encased in the ghostly apparition of a human body. So that's it, the top 5 scary and possibly real ghost pictures and video ever taken. Are they real or are they fake? In the end, that's for you, the viewer, to decide. If you found this video interesting, please let me know in the comments if you would like to see more, and I will put up another video of some more weird, supposedly real ghost photos and stories. Thanks for watching. Hello, YouTube peoples! You wanna get scared? Got 5 minutes? Well, if so, then here are the top 5 scariest short films on the net. Now, if I show you a 30-second clip from a 3-minute short film, I've kind of given a lot of the plot away. And I ain't about ruining no scary movies. So the preview clips for this countdown are gonna be very short. Just a quick little glimpse of the film. Links for all these short films are in the video description below, so let's get started with the scares. First up on the scariest short films countdown, we've got Sucker Blood. Sucker Blood is the story of a little girl who sucks her thumb too much, her evil stepmother, and a creepy bedtime story. Most of us are fascinated by the idea of intelligent alien life. So we watch UFO and extraterrestrial videos on the internet, hoping for a glimpse of something otherworldly. And we usually only find poorly made fakes using silly masks, puppets, and lights. Now before we start, let me just say that I am in no way saying that these videos in this list are 100% real. That's for you to decide for yourself. I'm only saying that these videos are, in my opinion, top 5 best alien videos on the internet. Number 5, Skinny Bob. In early May 2011, a strange video began to appear on YouTube. The video showed about 25 seconds of what was claimed to be a living alien recovered from a UFO crash. The alien was referred to as Skinny Bob. Now I know what some of you are saying. It's like, hey man, that's awesome CGI. That's like some Spielberg movie shit. It's definitely possible that the video could have been created with CGI. However, YouTube user Jin Lon has done an extensive analysis of the Skinny Bob video, and he makes a strong case that the video would be nearly impossible to create with any animatronics or CGI available at the time of the video's release. But here's where the story gets even more bizarre. When the Skinny Bob video was initially released, some reason that it must be a viral video promotion for some alien movie or TV show. After all, if the video was CGI, someone would have to put up a lot of money and time to create such an intricate video, and that wouldn't make sense unless it was for some promotion. However, that wasn't the case. In fact, to this day, no one has ever come forward to claim credit for making the Skinny Bob video, or to try to profit off the video in any way. So what do you think? Is the Skinny Bob video real live alien footage, or just an elaborate special effects hoax? Let me know in the comments. Number 4, skyquakes. There's an odd phenomena that has been reported around the world where loud noises can be heard that actually seem to emanate from the very sky itself. Sounds range from loud pulsing booms to audio that seems almost musical. The phenomena is so common that it has even been given a name. Hello, preview clips for this countdown are gonna be very short. Just a quick little glimpse of the film. Links for all these short films are in the video description below, so let's get started with the scares. First up on the scariest short films countdown, we've got Suck a Blood. Suck a Blood is the story of a little girl who sucks her thumb too much, her evil stepmother, and a creepy bedtime story. This short film has a great visual style and a really eerie atmosphere. Next, at number 4 on the scary short films countdown, we have He Dies at the End. That's the title, not a description. Or maybe it's both? Anyway, in this short, some guy's working alone in his office late at night when he receives a very disturbing message on his computer screen. By the way, if you ever get that message, click no! Click no! At number 3, we have There Are Monsters. I'm not even sure how to describe this one. Okay, so this couple notices a creepy little girl in their yard.
Weird.
What?
There's a little girl in our yard.
Really? What a fucking bitch.
She's just standing there by the wood pile, staring into the trees.
Kids today. Hooligans.
No, it's weird.
Next, all sorts of weird shit hits the fan and things get freaky deaky and you'll just have to see it. At number 2 on the scariest short films countdown, we have Bedfellows. In this scary short, a woman gets a weird late night phone call. Yeah, I know you've heard that beginning before, the old scary late night phone call bit, but this short puts a different spin on it. In fact, it takes that tired old scary phone call bit, then it twists it, and then it turns it, and then it bitch slaps you right across the mouth with it. This one is only a little over 2 minutes long, so this is about all I can show you.
Danny, can you hand me my phone? Danny, I swear to God. Hello?
Yep, some woman in a bed talking on the phone. I know, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on, but trust me, it's scary. Just watch it. And finally, at number 1 on the scariest short films countdown, it's Mama. And you're probably like, wait, Mama's a 90-minute long movie. And then I'm like, no, but first it was a short film. And then you're like, oh, well, you should have said Mama the short film then. And then I'm like, okay, well, can I get on with the countdown now? And you're like, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then you get all pissed, and then you pull out like this big,
Hey, the countdown, the countdown.
never mind. So Mama the movie is not so great. It was okay, but not so great to me. But Mama the short film, this film will scare the crap out of you. I mean it. Seriously, crap will be everywhere. Have a mop ready. So that's our countdown of the 5 scariest short films online. So check those out and let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you know of a really scary short film, you can also put the name of that film in the comments so that we can all check it out. If you liked the video, please do that thumbs up thing down below. You can add the video to your favorites. And if you... Hello, YouTube peoples. This week I've got something a little bit different for you. This time, instead of watching other people get scared, I'm gonna give you a countdown of 5 great horror shorts that you can watch online to scare yourself silly. Now, all of these horror shorts are completely free to watch online, and each one will scare the snot out of you. Or maybe some other bodily fluid. So I'm just saying you might wanna put a cork in all of your leaky places. Blah. Anyway, links to watch each one of these scary short films are in the video description below. So let's get started. At number 5, we got Bong Chang Dong Ghost. Actually, I have no fucking clue how this is pronounced because it's Korean, but it's spelled like that. So play along at home and try pronouncing it yourself. Just try not to dislocate your tongue. Now, Bong Chang Dong Ghost is technically a webcomic, which is why it's all the way down at the number 5 spot. But read it and you just might understand why it was included in the list. At number 4, it's Daywalt Horror's The Old Chair. So the story is this chick finds a free 1950s chair on Craigslist. Now it turns out that the horror in this one is not the 60 years of farts trapped in those chair cushions, but something much worse. Turns out every time you sit on the chair, some ghost cops a feel of your ass. That's pretty spooky. Huh? Oh, okay, that's not really the plot. Just check it out for yourself at the link in the video description. At number 3 on the list, it's The Cat with Hands, a scary short story that's told mostly through some seriously creepy stop-motion animation. Just look at the freaky dead eyes on those things. That's some serious heebie-jeebie causing animation right there. Moving on to number 2, it's Don't Move by the awesome guys at Bloody Cuts Films. Now we all know that when some 20-year-olds in a horror movie start messing around with a Ouija board, that there's gonna be ghosts or demons or something jumping out of that thing and whooping up on their dumb asses. Well, this group of wacky bitches didn't get the rule book on what not to do in a horror film. So yeah, there's some kind of demon thing after them. And it's scary as fuck. And finally, at number 1 on the list, it's Lights Out, which might be the best horror short I've ever seen. This short film sets a really creepy mood, it's fast-paced, and it's so scary that it'll have you crapping your big boy pants. Or big girl pants if you're a lady. Or a guy wearing ladies' pants. Either way, the point is it's really great and it clocks in at only a little over 2.5 minutes long. So that's some concentrated scurry right there. So that's my countdown of the 5 scariest short films online. Check them out and let me know what you think in the comments below. Check out the Nuke Norway Facebook page or the Nuke Norway Twitter page, where I've posted a couple of very cool believable ghost videos on the internet. The Horton Mine Ghost. On the YouTube channel Exploring Abandoned Mines, there's a guy named Frank who does explorations of really creepy old abandoned mines in the western United States. Frank is by no means a ghost hunter, and in fact his YouTube channel has nothing to do with ghosts or the paranormal at all. However, Frank has posted 2 frightening supernatural experiences he had while exploring the haunted Horton Mine in Nevada.
This is one of the creepiest mine tunnels I've ever been in, just because of how dilapidated it is and all these chains hanging down from the overhead, and there's a shot looking down the tunnel even further, but still pretty wet. Here's a shot looking back towards the entrance. I'm a little bit further in, and looking down the tunnel here. I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there. Don't know if you can see that in the video or not. Yeah, this mine definitely has a very spooky vibe to it. So I'm gonna head back out and check out the other stuff that's here. This is just too wet, too muddy. And obviously something is making the chains swing. So time to get the hell out of here.
Now keep in mind as you watch this video that these chains you see swinging weigh over 40 pounds, so they would not be moved by a simple gust of wind. The mine explorer Frank left the abandoned Horton mine and did not return for a year. However, despite his fear after his first visit to the mine, Frank did eventually return to the site. He was determined to trek deeper into the Horton mine shaft and see what he could find. What he discovers this time is even more frightening.
The Horton Tunnel, and there's the ore pass with all the cascading water, and what the fuck is that? I don't know what that was, but there was a sudden blast of cold air, and I'm getting out of here.
After repeatedly watching the footage, YouTube commenters on the video believe that they have somewhat identified the mysterious voice heard in the video. Oddly enough, it is a woman with a thick French accent. In somewhat broken English, this is what she seems to say.
And what the fuck is that?
Get 50% off on your favorite Peppy Paneer pizza. Download the Domino's app now. Domino's.
The Blockbuster Video Ghost. This video features a man working late at night, restocking shelves at a Blockbuster Video in Mexico. What makes this video so believable is the worker's very casual attitude. He doesn't freak out until he actually realizes what's happening all around him. The ghost on the staircase. 3 paranormal researchers spent a night investigating Stanley Palace in England. When they reviewed their footage, they were shocked by what they saw. This footage can be confusing because of the shaky camera and what many supernatural investigators would call ghostly orbs. But when we zoom into the area of the stairs, 3 ghostly faces seem to actually emerge from the very wall of the staircase, just above the researchers' heads. The hotel ghost. The next video was filmed by security cameras at a hotel in North Carolina.
John, do you copy? It's room 209. Amy says nobody's checked into that room, and there's reports of screaming coming from that room. Amy, he's on his way down there right now. What's going on, John? Checked into that room. There should be nobody in there. Wait 1 second, John. Amy, are you there? Yeah, John says he hears the screaming coming from that room. And I hear it too. But we're sure that no one's checked into that room. Correct? John, just wait. We're going to get a hold of the police. So, I would wait for the police, John. Amy, John's gonna enter the room real quick, just to check, make sure, see what's going on. Wait 1. John, are you there? Okay, Amy, John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind. He says no one's in there, but that all of the furniture's been turned upside down and the hold on. He says the carpet's been ripped up and that the shower is on, but nobody's in there. Man, that's scary. I'm officially freaked out now.
The office ghost. This security tape was so shocking that in 2015, 3 filmmakers from Kuala Lumpur decided to make a movie based around the creepy footage. The movie is called Bangunan, which in English translates to The Building. So those are my picks for the top 5 most believable ghost videos on the internet. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please let me know in the comments which clip you think was the most realistic, or even which clip you thought looked fake. Just put your opinion out there. I look forward to your comments and thoughts, and as always, thanks for watching. Top 5 creepy photos with disturbing backstories. The Sorensen tragedy. The Sorensens were a Danish couple who immigrated to the US in the early 1900s with their young son Anders. The Sorensens settled on a farm in Missouri and soon had 3 more children, Simone, Rika, and Matilda. This photo of the Sorensen children was taken in 1916. When the picture was developed, the Sorensens noticed a strange imperfection in the photo, an odd zigzagging line that cut from left to right across the picture. At the time, errors in photographic film processing were common, so the Sorensens thought nothing of it. Several weeks later, the 3 oldest Sorensen children were playing beneath a pile of hay inside the family barn. Unaware that the children were inside the haystack, their father Nicholas drove a horse-drawn hay sweep into the pile. The hay sweep's sharp blades dismembered all 3 Sorensen children, killing them within minutes. Eerily, the children's injuries matched up almost exactly with the bizarre line in the photo they'd taken 3 weeks earlier. Matilda, who had been inside the house with her mother, was the only Sorensen child left alive. According to the story, the farm's donkey, pictured here, later died when it got its head stuck in a barbed wire fence and almost decapitated itself in a wild panic to break free. The disturbing story of the Sorensen photo has become a part of popular internet folklore. The Tower on the Moon. On July 20th, 1965, the Soviet Union launched the Zond 3, a space probe designed to study Mars. As the Zond 3 passed the moon, it took the first high-quality photos of the unseen so-called dark side of the moon. When these pictures were first released to the public, many people were astonished to see what looks like a large tower protruding from one side of the moon's surface. UFO investigators immediately claimed that the tower was proof of alien structures on the unseen side of Earth's moon. However, NASA dismissed the claims and said that the structure was nothing more than a large rock. But the situation became even more controversial in 2005 when a NASA Mars probe recorded another strange photo. On the Mars moon Phobos, there appeared to be another strange isolated tower-like structure, very similar to the one on the surface of Earth's moon. Again, UFO researchers claimed it was proof of alien construction. And again, NASA dismissed all conspiracy theories by saying, it's just a rock. So are these 2 giant tower-like structures on both moons just rocks, or something more? Let me know what you think in the comments below. The Tulip Staircase Ghost. In 1966, Reverend Ralph Hardy, a former clergyman, was taking pictures inside the Maritime Museum in Greenwich, England. Hardy was taking photos in a section of the museum known as the Queen's House, which is over 400 years old. Throughout the years, the structure had been the site of multiple reports of supernatural activity. Inside the Queen's house, the famous tulip staircase had been blocked off to visitors, so Reverend Hardy decided to take a picture from the bottom of the stairs. When the photo was later developed, Reverend Hardy made a shocking discovery: the appearance of a strange misshapen entity that appeared to be ascending the tulip staircase. Reverend Hardy swore that there had been no one on the stairs at the time the picture was taken. In fact, to prove the photo's legitimacy, Reverend Hardy freely released the film for public investigation. It was studied by both paranormal researchers and professional film labs. Film experts at the Kodak Film Company declared that Reverend Hardy's photo showed no evidence of film tampering or photographic manipulation. The Hessdalen Lights. There's a strange phenomenon that only occurs in the small Norwegian town of Hessdalen. In the remote Hessdalen mountain valley, bright multicolored lights and orbs have been appearing since the 1930s. Many scientific researchers have journeyed to Hessdalen to study the lights, but no one has been able to explain exactly what they are. One theory suggested that the lights were simply ball lightning. However, this theory was disproven when it was found that unlike ball lightning, the orbs leave no scorch marks when they make contact with the ground. Other theories have suggested a strange chemical reaction caused by the unique mineral composition of the Hessdalen Valley. However, eyewitnesses have reported that the orbs seem to act in a seemingly intelligent manner, which wouldn't be consistent with a chemical reaction. Reports state that the orbs sometimes hover over people or houses before zooming off into the night sky. The orbs have also been noted to sometimes stop in mid-air to wait and join other orbs as if flying in formation. In 2005, a scientific team from Østfold University in Norway tried shining a strong laser light at one of the flashing orbs. They were amazed to find that the orb actually seemed to react to their laser. The orb flashed twice as fast when they pointed their laser at it, and half as fast when the laser was removed. No one has ever conclusively proven what causes the Hessdalen lights, and to this day, the strange orbs and lights still appear over the small town. The ghost of Freddie Jackson. In 1919, Sir Victor Goddard took a picture of a Royal Air Force training squad that were serving aboard the HMS Daedalus. Later, when the film was developed, the squad all recognized a man named Freddie Jackson standing behind one of the men in the photo. Freddie Jackson had served as one of the squad's airplane mechanics during their training exercises. So there's nothing odd about that, except for the fact that Freddie Jackson had died 3 days before this photo was taken. Freddie Jackson was killed in a horrible accident when he walked into a plane's propeller blade during a routine training exercise. Jackson's funeral had been held earlier the same day this photo was taken.
Vicks की गोली available in 3 flavors: menthol, ginger, and honey.
The top 5 haunted dolls caught on tape. Doll loves being on camera. In this next clip, a young girl is showing off her doll collection while filming herself, but one of the dolls seems to really enjoy the spotlight. Watch closely. Didn't see it? Well, pay close attention to the baby doll in the middle of the shelf wearing the polka-dotted sweater. It looks like the doll actually winks at the camera. What really makes this clip seem believable is the fact that the little girl doesn't even notice or react to the doll winking. According to the story, the winking doll was only spotted after the girl's parents watched the footage back. The puppet in the case. Over a 3-month period, a paranormal investigative team set up a camera in front of a sealed glass case containing a creepy old man puppet. The puppet's owner claimed that it was possessed. While the doll was in his home, he said he experienced horrible nightmares and had even been choked by the spirit that possesses the puppet. After months of filming the doll without incident, one night the paranormal team's camera captured this. In the video, we see the wooden apparatus used to control the puppet moving on its own. The paranormal investigators say that the glass case was sealed tightly on all sides at the time the video was recorded. Robert the Doll. One of the creepiest possessed doll stories is the tale of Robert the Doll. The 111-year-old Robert doll was given to Robert Eugene Otto as a child. His grandfather had found the doll on a trip to Germany and brought it back to the US to give to Otto as a birthday gift. Robert Otto named the doll Robert after himself. Soon Otto began to talk to the Robert doll as if it were alive. He even blamed accidents around his home on the doll. At first his parents thought it was nothing more than the tall tales of a child, but soon they became worried about Otto's increasingly strange attachment to the doll. Otto continued to talk to the doll and treat it as though it were alive throughout his entire life. As an adult, he set the doll in a chair in front of his attic window in his Key West home so that Robert would have a nice view of the outside world. Many passerby often claimed that they had seen the doll moving from room to room through the house's windows, and local children were frightened to go near the Otto house. In 1974, after Robert Otto's death, a new owner, Myrtle Reuter, purchased the Otto house. The Robert doll was included in the sale, as the Otto family didn't want the strange doll. Myrtle Reuter claimed that the Robert doll was indeed haunted and did move from room to room in the house. After 20 years of hearing strange unexplained footsteps and childlike giggling from the attic where the Robert doll was kept, Reuter donated Robert the doll to the Fort East Martello Museum in Key West, Florida. Since Robert has been on display at the museum, he has received over 1,000 letters. Oddly enough, most of the letters are apologies and gifts for Robert. You see, many people have had great misfortunes or tragic accidents occur to them after visiting the Martello Museum and seeing Robert the doll. They send letters and gifts to ask Robert's forgiveness for making fun of him or laughing at him during their visit, hoping that the apology will end what they believe to be a curse put on them by Robert the doll. In this 2011 video, some people believe that Robert the doll can be seen blinking on camera. The interesting thing about this video is that the original uploader never even mentioned or noticed the doll blinking in the video. The blinking was pointed out by YouTube commenters who had watched the video and were shocked when the Robert doll seemed to blink at the camera. The possessed Mexican doll. The next video has been on the web for years, but no one seems to know the actual origin of the video. In the clip, a young Mexican girl is talking to her friend behind the camera about a doll she's holding, when this happens.
Bueno, aquí les presentamos a la muñeca de Bessie que se la regalaron sus 15 años.
Ay, no manches, mira.
I traced the video back to what I believe to be its first post on the internet, which was back in February 2009. But there was really no other info or backstory to be found on this one. However, if the video's fake, give that girl an Oscar for that performance. The Island of the Dolls. The so-called Island of the Dolls in Mexico may be one of the creepiest places on Earth. Hanging from the trees on the small island are literally thousands of dolls, aged and worn from exposure to the elements. The story goes that in 1950, a man named Julian Santana Barrera lived all alone on the island. One day, while out tending his garden, he found the body of a drowned girl in the water nearby. Barrera was overcome with grief that he hadn't been able to save the young girl, and he hung the child's doll on a tree near the site where she had died as a tribute. Soon after, Barrera began hearing strange sounds from the woods at night. He heard disembodied whispers, footsteps, and even anguished screams. Barrera became convinced that the drowned girl's spirit had somehow possessed the doll that he had hung in the tree. In an attempt to appease the spirit, he hung another doll, and then another. But each time, the strange whispers and screams would stop for a few days and then start up again. Barrera continued to hang more and more dolls in the trees over the next 50 years of his life, hanging thousands of dolls over the entire island. Barrera died in 2001, and reportedly his body was found in the exact same spot where the young girl had drowned. To this day, local residents say that they still hear Barrera's dolls whispering to each other in the night. In 2014, the television show Ghost Adventures traveled to the Island of the Dolls to investigate. As part of their investigation, they explored the small shack where Julian Santana Barrera had lived. Over the course of their investigation, they experienced many strange and unexplainable incidents, like this one.
Ready? No, I'm not ready for this. Oh! Whoa! Bro! Come here!
Oh my god.
Oh my god. One of them's laughing. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro.
As you can hear in the clip, the screech of a frightened cat scares the two investigators, and then immediately one of the weathered dolls in the shack seemingly begins to laugh at them.
Whoa!
Now that wouldn't be so abnormal. After all, many battery-operated dolls can laugh or cry. However, when the investigators check the doll, they find that not only does the doll not have batteries to make it laugh, but the entire battery compartment has been ripped from the back of the doll. Top 5 Scary Clown Sightings. The Cemetery Clown. Julia Graham and her husband were driving by the Ravenswood Cemetery in Chicago, Illinois around 10 p.m. when they noticed something truly chilling. They see a clown run toward the 7-foot-tall spiked cemetery gate and climb over. Julia Graham managed to grab her phone and quickly snap a picture of the clown as he scaled the cemetery gate. The couple then circled back around for another look, focusing their headlights toward the cemetery gates as Julia begins filming. Sure enough, the clown was now inside the locked cemetery gates, staring back at them. He begins to slowly wave at them as Julia films. Suddenly, without warning, the clown turns and runs off into the darkness of the closed cemetery. Workers at the Ravenswood Cemetery found the clown footage unnerving, but they say they have not seen or received any complaints of vandalism on the cemetery grounds. Michigan Clown Hit and Run. Social media is overrun with video posts of people who claim to have been chased or threatened by scary clowns while driving in their cars.
Holy crap! Oh my god.
One of the most common comments on these videos goes something along the lines of, "Hey, if that was me, I would have just run over that clown." Well, in one video, a group of teens in Michigan supposedly has an encounter with a scary clown, and they do just that. They run over the clown when he attacks their car.
Hey, what are you doing? Dude, shut the fuck up.
The Jacksonville Clowns. Believe it or not, the creepy clown phenomenon is nothing new. In fact, no list of creepy clown sightings would be complete without mentioning the Jacksonville Clowns, a series of strange clown sightings that occurred in a neighborhood in Jacksonville, Florida, 2 years ago, around this same time of year. The Jacksonville Clowns would approach private homes late into the night, entering the security gates and seemingly aware that they were being recorded by the house's security system. The clowns would either simply stand watching the house, perform for the camera, or actually make threatening gestures toward the security camera, sometimes even destroying Halloween decorations. Although the multiple acts of trespassing and vandalism were reported to police, no arrests were ever made. To this day, no one knows the identity of the Jacksonville Clowns. The Sparks Clown. A group of friends in Sparks, Nevada were on the way to the store when one of them spotted what appeared to be a clown near the Reed High School softball field.
Yo, he was just right here. I'm dead sure.
The group doubles back to check out the strange sighting. They get more than they bargained for when they find out that the strange figure is not only dressed in a bizarre clown outfit, but he's also carrying a machete.
Yo, what the fuck, yo? Hey, what are you doing? Yo, that's a fucking machete. That has to be a fucking machete. Yo, he's not doing anything. He's just fucking standing there looking at us.
At first, the group doesn't take the situation seriously.
Yo, just fucking standing
They begin
there.
to taunt the clown, who remains motionless.
Nah,
When the
man,
clown
nah.
reacts,
Oh, fuck.
they all run for their lives back to their car. The clown disappears back into the darkness of the softball fields. Sparks, Nevada police say that they received multiple calls about a strange armed man dressed as a clown that night. However, no arrests were ever made.
Dude, fuck that. Nah, man, nah. Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck! Ah!
The Ding Dong Ditch Clown. There have been a rash of creepy clown sightings in the Topeka, Kansas area. Sometime in the middle of the night, a couple in Topeka, Kansas is startled awake by someone ringing their doorbell. The doorbell only rings once, so they assume the late night interruption must just be some local kids playing a prank. They don't go to the door. However, the next day when the couple reviews their front door surveillance footage, they are terrified by what they find. The footage reveals a strange disheveled clown staring aimlessly at their doorway while holding a machete in his hands. The clown rings the doorbell, then seems to either run away or possibly hide outside the doorway. As I mentioned previously, the couple never answered the door, but it leaves one to wonder just what might have happened if they had answered the door that night. The top 5 unsolved Christmas time mysteries. The Los Feliz Murder Mansion. In December 1959, Dr. Harold Perelson suffered a violent psychotic break. He took a hammer and beat his wife to death with it. Then he almost beat his 18-year-old daughter to death as well. When his two younger children woke up after hearing their screams, he calmly told them, "Nothing's wrong. Go back to bed." Dr. Perelson then retired to the bedroom, where he calmly finished a chapter of a book that he had been reading. After that, he poured himself a glass of acid and drank it, killing himself in a slow, painful death. But believe it or not, this story gets even stranger. The Perelson house was purchased by a couple named Julian and Emily Enriquez. Inexplicably, the Enriquez couple never lived in the home. In fact, for some odd reason, they never even changed a single thing, leaving the house exactly the way it was on the night of the murder-suicide. To this day, almost 60 years later, the Los Feliz murder mansion remains the same as it was on the night of the December 1959 murder. The house still contains its original 1950s furniture and appliances. There's even Christmas gift wrapping paper that had been left out after Mrs. Perelson had wrapped some Christmas presents shortly before her murder. The final Christmas celebration. On December 18th, a wealthy older woman in her mid-60s strolls into a Virginia cemetery called Pleasant Valley. She heads to the site of the graveyard's baby graves, a location labeled Babyland by the cemetery. She lays out a plastic tarp, sets up a Christmas tree near the graves, and decorates it with ornaments and ribbons. She then begins listening to several comedy recordings on her old-fashioned Walkman cassette player. While she relaxes near her newly decorated Christmas tree and listens to her tapes, she drinks brandy and swallows several Valium. She then puts a plastic bag over her head, tapes it closed with duct tape, and then proceeds to slowly suffocate herself to death. When the woman's body is found, the police find a note that reads, quote, "Deceased by own hand. Prefer no autopsy. Please order cremation with funds provided. Thank you, Jane Doe." Along with the note, there are two $50 bills, one for the coroner's payment and one for the cemetery. The Warminster Thing. On Christmas Day in 1965 in the small English town of Warminster, a series of bizarre events began to occur. A woman walking to church for Christmas services was knocked to the ground by what she could only describe as an odd sound passing overhead. The so-called odd sound was reported that Christmas Day by multiple Warminster residents and came to be known as the Warminster Thing. The incidents continued. Witnesses stated that the sound, quote, killed pigeons in flight, peppered dormice with holes, and stunned animals, partridges, and pheasants. Some people even said that they were knocked down by the strange force of the sound. Soon after the multiple occurrences of the sound, reports of UFO sightings began in the small English town. It has been over 50 years since the first Christmas Day occurrence of the Warminster Thing, but these strange events still take place in Warminster, England to this day. The strange case of Matilda Rooney. On Christmas Eve, an elderly couple named Patrick and Matilda Rooney asked their live-in farmhand John Larson to join them to celebrate the Christmas season with a couple of drinks. After imbibing and sharing a pleasant chat with the older couple, farmhand John Larson retires to his room on the second floor to bed down for the night. When Larson awakes the next morning, what he finds downstairs chills him to the core. His employer, Patrick Rooney, is lying lifeless on the floor, apparently dead from smoke inhalation. Alarmed and fearful that the house might be on fire, John Larson searches the residence, but he can find no evidence of a fire anywhere inside. However, the case becomes even more bizarre when Larson searches the house's kitchen. There he finds Matilda Rooney's charred, severed foot, surrounded by ash, and lying on a scorch mark on the kitchen floor 7 feet wide. None of the rest of the kitchen shows any signs of fire damage whatsoever. It was as if Matilda had simply burst into flames sometime during the night. Flames so hot that they had reached a temperature of over 1400 degrees Celsius and reduced Matilda's body to ash. Yet the same fire hadn't burned anything else in the house and had only scorched the floor beneath Matilda's body. the horrifying murder of Tracy Mertens. On December 23, 1994, Tracy Mertens answered the door of her home in Birmingham, England. She was attacked, blindfolded, and dragged from her home by two men. They stuffed her into the trunk of a yellow Ford Escort and sped away. The men drove Tracy 70 miles to Eton Christ Church, where they then forced her from the car. On the steps of the Eton Church, the two men doused Tracy with gasoline and set her on fire. Suffering burns over 95% of her body, Tracy died in the hospital in the early hours of Christmas Eve. Police offered a reward of £30,000 for any information leading to the arrest of the two men responsible. However, no one ever came forward. It has now been over 20 years since Tracy's horrifying abduction and death, but the two men who killed her have never been found.